DIY how to make rifle slings. Tools and supplies you will need for this project in the description box below. Most of the time your rifles will come with slings, which is nice, because they usually use a elastic cord, but you get some rifles that don't have slings, so I'll show you how to make those. This is a good example of a rifle that could use a sling. I want to make a sling for this P90. It's a bullpup style machine gun. I think it'd look nice if it just had a single point sling. A lot of P90s that I've found on resources do. I'll use this hairnet or hairband for part of the sling. This will go over his shoulder. Cut off a small section of ribbon. This is 1/8 of an inch ribbon, and I'll wrap it around this hairband. I'm going to super glue this in place. I don't want the super glue on the hairband, or glue the ribbon to the hairband. Just glue the ribbon to itself to where it creates a little loop, and the hairband will move freely. I like to use alligator clips to hold things into place. This really helps. That way you don't have to hold it and glue your fingers together. You'll want to cut a 1x2 section of your 7 mesh plastic canvas. Once you have that, you can trim off the extra pieces like so. Be careful not to cut into the edge of the plastic canvas. You could also use an exacto knife if it's easier for you. And now you have your buckle. I placed the ribbon through the first part of the plastic buckle. Then I'll feed the other part through the second part of the buckle and loop it around the center bar. And once I have that in place, I will glue it with super glue. You could use hot glue if you want. I like super glue. Be careful not to glue the ribbon to the plastic buckle. You want it to move freely. And I'll use a alligator clip to hold this in place while it dries. When it's done, this loop will go around his shoulder and his head, allowing this P90 to hang just below his waist, and I can adjust it with the strap. He can still hold it and into different positions, and the strap is not too tight. Cool. Now for a rifle like this, there's some points here that I could attach the sling to. But in order to do that, I'll want to create some metal jump rings. You'll want to use your pliers for that. But first, we need a buckle, another 1x2 piece. With this rifle, I can push the ribbon through the pre-made sling spots for the rifle and glue it into place. Again, you just want to glue this ribbon to itself and not get glue on the rifle. A small bit of super glue will do. This ribbon is kind of hard to work with, but if you take your time, you could do it. And again, I'll use the alligator clamp to hold it in place. And cut the ribbon down to size. Give yourself a little bit extra room. Use your pliers to create a small jump ring. Then you could attach the jump ring to your rifle. Then push the ribbon through the first part of the buckle and pull it down to where it's out of your way. Then feed the ribbon through the jump ring you created. I found it easier to use a pair of tweezers. You could do this with your hands if you want to. Straighten the ribbon up to where it's not twisted. Then feed the buckle through, or feed the ribbon through the buckle around the center bar, and then glue it into place. I found it easier to use the tweezers to push the super glue down into the ribbon down into the super glue and then hold it in place with your alligator clamp. Then once it dries, you're done. You're ready to go. There's several different varieties of how to attach the slings to your rifles. You could probably look that up on Google. It'd be pretty easy. I found a bunch on Pinterest. You could use black elastic cord instead of ribbon if you think it looks better. I fortunately couldn't find any at the time because it's the same ribbon that they're using to create masks with. So it's hard to get a hold of at this time. I think this black ribbon just looks just as well, as good. If you decide to do this project, send me a link to some pictures and I will post it on one of my videos. Enjoy making slings for your rifles. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helps this channel out. Follow me on social media. You want to help this channel out? Support me on Patreon. I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to collect, inspire, and create. See you in the next one.